Richard Lowe, the county handler, policy, and thank you for the God and love to die upon the cross that you would have access to the good life. Father Lord, we thank you for the grace and the word. Father Lord, we consider this down the cross and give us the knowledge of all understanding right now, Father Lord. We thank you for everything that you do and that you and all that you and in your life. But you get all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise because the truth belongs to you. Father Lord, I can consider this our city, consider this our administration, consider this our fire department, our police department right now, Father Lord, and continue to take consider our streets. We just thank you right now, Lord. Because there's every time we need you right now. We just thank you for all these ways in your word. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now for our pledge, I'll ask all military leaders to salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a roll call, please.
Councilman Andrews. Present. Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Present.
Councilman Wells.
Present.
Councilman Terrio.
Present.
Councilman Field.
Present. So bear with us for technical difficulties. I'd like to welcome everyone. The purpose of this meeting is to obtain public and council input and comment on 2 items listed on the agenda. Number 1, discussion of the booking room video, and number 2, making an investigation into the mayor's appointment of the police chief. This is a special meeting, and its location was set by a majority of the members of this council. Although we are not in city council chambers, I ask you to regard this meeting with the same respect that is given at our other meetings. Please review the rules set forth in your agenda. In particular, please note that all speakers must give their names and addresses, and there's going to be a 3-minute time limit per speaker. Any public comment should be limited to the items that are on the agenda. Our agenda does not include any items for which we will vote tonight. Those that wish to speak, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Please be aware that you're being recorded on audio and video, and that this is being live streamed from the city's YouTube page, well, hopefully. Finally, I ask that everyone here treat each other with respect and courtesy. Public participation and input is essential to the democratic process, and I hope we can have some important conversations tonight with civility. Now, as Councilman Wells requested this meeting, and has indicated his intent to run it, as Council President, I'll turn the meeting over to him to run.
Thank you, President. At this time, I would like to say this here. We're not in here for no rush. We're not in here for no win. It's very important what we're doing. And if you notice, we never had a forum like this before. It's not about a black and white, it's about a pie. So at this time, I'm asking everybody, if you got food in here, if you want to have food, go out the door. We're not going to have that. And we're going to respect everybody that comes to the front. Whether you like what they say or not, it's still their opinion, and they just want how they feel. So at this time, we're going to give everybody an opportunity to say something. I think if it's your time here, Andrew will have something to say. Good evening. Just like Councilman Mills said, present time, we're asking everyone to give everyone the courtesy and the respect when you come up. Please say what you have to say, and say what you have to say, and move forward. We're not here to have a fussing man, finger-pointing man, anything like that. We're just into a very person. We're just asking everyone to treat each other with courtesy and with respect. Once again, we say you have 3 minutes to address what you need. Discussing the booking room video, that was going to start out with. We'll bring the mic up to the front.
My name is Dr. Louise Bostic. I live at 112 Elm Drive in Hammond, Louisiana. I have a question coming up. It hasn't been clear to me who took the video 3 years ago inside a booking room and why. And I just wish that someone could clear that up for me.
Yeah, but put the video on in a few minutes.
I don't care about seeing it. I want to know who took the video and why in a booking room.
Who took the video?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I can't tell you that, I don't know. Yeah.
I do that as information.
Who took the video?
Security, thank you. That's all I want to know. Okay, that was never mentioned in any regard.
My name is Jermaine Luckett, address 515 Road, Louisiana. I'm coming to speak on the video specifically because even though an attorney's investigation was given, it did not follow what was given by law or by people who wrote the book on police action. When a handcuff subject is doing something, you need to be controlled. You don't have to control your face, you don't have to kick it, you don't have to do any of those things. You don't have to do any of those things. One of the main concerns is the fact that, I have any right to breach against anyone. No personal feelings whatsoever. But when I go to military, I swore to defend the Constitution and constitutional rights of the So I'm asking the community, if you guys can look at this video, not clearly see what's going on in this video, especially for something that's going on. If we can sit up here and look at this video and not read you guys on the severity of it, when an individual has a teeth knocked out and the video is hidden, if I take evidence, hide it, I go to jail, obstruction of justice. Where's the justice in this case? It is the job of the city to protect the citizens from everyone. Just as like it's the job of every military member to uphold the Constitution and defend it from both foreign and domestic. So what I'm asking is this. During the investigation, we saw the full video. There were clips, no full video. It was hidden for 3 years. The sound was taken off. I know this personally because I received the video in this photo. I know there's some other things were done, but that's nothing matter, just speaking on the video. I know that in the video, an officer asked what's that white boy stuff on the ground. The chief leaned over, spoke some words, and she said, oh, it's dirty. That time I checked, dirty is brown, not white. She said that the guy slipped out of handcuffs and jumped on the bed. He was clearly handcuffed and he was reaching for those pills. Or maybe reach for those pills, I don't know. That wasn't the smartest thing to do in the world. But we, as leaders in the community, we who hold office. We're supposed to uphold those high standards. We're supposed to control our people. We're supposed to control our actions. So I'm asking the community to really consider this and actually put the tool to do something about it because it's within your power. Thank you.
Please state your name and your address, please.
Jermaine Luckett, 515 Jordan Lane, that's Louisiana.
Hello, everybody. I'm Reverend Brenda Campbell. My need to quote my address to 15665 Boston Street, Ponchatoula, Louisiana. I was a resident here in Hammond for about 20 years, but you know what? Most of you know me in here. Most of the black, some of the white. I don't get too involved with things unless there's a problem. And I like to say that there is a problem. For me to get to the point where I can sleep at night and take a stand for my black community, as a woman of God, there is a problem. Enough is enough. I'm glad also, I would like to say that I'm glad to see some of the ladies, oh, I guess they were told to take them out. But I looked at that video. And as a ex-police officer myself, that was a little too much. Y'all went too far. And the man had handcuffs on. Enough is enough. Now, if we don't put a halt to it now, I never thought that this thing would flood down from the big cities out into the country. You know, this is called the country part of the metro city. But it has. And I'd like to say this. I'm going to fight with everybody that's fighting for justice. And if you're not here because you want justice, you should have stayed home. Because you're here just to see. And as I take my seat, I want to thank y'all for putting this on. See, I'm going out, Demond, Pastor. I'm on my way out. And I'm not saying to say that I'm 62 years old. It's time for some of you young folks to get your minds right. Stop killing up on each other. Because if you don't stop killing each other, who you think gonna worry about somebody killing you?
Thank you, ma'am. The time is up.
Enough is enough.
Thank you.
My name is Marilyn Dunn, 47 National Women's Drive, Hammond, Louisiana. I am here because I'm really concerned about what's going on in the world and what is going on in our community. And I'm just here to show my support. But that first question really wasn't very good. Who took the video? What difference does it make who took the video? We are here because the video was taken and the citizens that were arrested were not treated correctly. So that's what it was. And thank God for the video.
Good evening. My name is Reverend Kelvin Pryor. My address is 613 Temple Street, Hammond, Louisiana. Some years ago, I had an experience with police here in Hammond. Very well, citizen. Very well, citizen. I received over about 18 staples in my head. Okay, it is. I'm just getting to me. Give me some minutes. Thank you, sir. The issue that I have is, want to be rude. Everybody got stories. We just want to stick to their video. Okay, I got it. My issue is accountability. And the problem that I have about accountability is that we as citizens don't have an effective way to report when we have bad police encounters. You don't have no rules in place. The rules that you have in place is telling us police officers. And if you think they're going to discipline one another, there's another thing coming because they kind of stick together. They kind of watch out for each other. And so, let me tell you.
Once again, we say this here, it's not a joke, it's serious. We never had nothing like this here in Hammond before. Nobody want to talk about the issue, nobody. So we are getting a chance to talk about the issue. So let's get to the issue. I don't care who you are, if you're not up here talking about what you're supposed to talk about, I'm going to ask you to sit down. There's nothing against you. So we're going to stick to the issue, because we don't want nobody to get rowdy here, because that's what they want us to get rowdy. So we're not going to cause no confusion. We're going to come in here, say what we got to say, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to respect everybody. Thank you.
The issue is accountability. What happened to this? Is it transparent? How do we know that what goes on behind closed doors as far as the disciplinary action that's going to happen behind those mistakes that they make? And so that's the problem that I have, is issue of accountability and transparency and how the community can be involved within that system and that protocol about justice on police. I think the problem is the issue with protection of the police officers. We don't charge them anything.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Standard deck 1109 Hammond, Autumn Drive, Hammond. I'm actually going to turn around and speak to the audience. How y'all doing, man? Once again, we're here speaking of something that has happened over and over and over again. I actually didn't watch the video because I'm sick about it. I just can't sit down and continue to watch us being slaughtered to be normalized. If you find an excuse to where this is acceptable, you are part of the problem. We have children that have to live in an accepted world as we need. If you're not doing your part as a citizen, as an American, it has nothing to do with black and white. If you're not doing your part as a human being, your part is problem. This has to stop. When I was coming up, police officers in my community lived there. See, it's hard for you to treat a person like they're on, like they're a being, when you know their mom and their dad and you're in the community. How can you police a community if you don't live in it? It doesn't make any sense. If I don't live in this community and I look at these people as substandard when I go into their neighborhood, how do you expect me to treat them correctly or like a human being? When I have an issue with them already, I don't live there. Our police officers need to be in our community. They're not in our community, it's just police. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Betty Surrey. I live at 47297 Shady Acres Road in Big Box. And first of all, I would like to thank Councilman Wells and Councilman Andrews for bringing this as an issue and as an open debate, and to all of the councilmen and women to support us. I would really like to suggest a way of looking at and critiquing the issue at hand. And make no mistake, it needs critique. It needs a good, solid, undeniable critique. And I would suggest subjects that it be looked at as a review of a critical incident that has occurred. And in that, one must take every policy and procedure that was in place governing the protocols that every police officer, irrespective of their status, was expected to follow on the night that this event occurred. Specifically, booking room protocols and procedures, and most especially, what to do with contraband or personal property that is taken from the subject. Why was it put on the table right in front of the individual being booked? That strikes me as pretty ludicrous. I will say I have 42 years of administrative experience and I've done critical incident reviews. And that just pops right out of the woodwork. So, in addition, you really need to look at personnel, human resource policies and procedures, as far as what is looked at in promotions, what is attached after a critical incident of this nature to a staff person's employee file, personnel file, and if nothing is attached, there's a big question, why is it not attached? Because that's valuable information for the mayor and the council who are looking at a promotion to have in their hand and in their minds as they move forward. Please, the citizens of Hammond deserve a fair and a transparent police force. And I do believe that a good portion of this police force is fair and transparent. We need to make sure it all is. And I thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Hammond. I live at 466 Drive, Hammond, Louisiana. I've lived in Hammond 65 years. My question is, why do police don't ask questions when they come on the scene? They just do what they were told by the dispatcher or whatever. I'm a victim of police county in 2015 to 18 when I was at a public court with black heritage. And I got knocked out.
Big brother.
Then they sent me off the scene.
Dude, here. What we trying to do? We trying to fix the justice. Please. Thank you.
Okay, the substance deal, they didn't ask me any questions. They just, I was a victim. But I guess since I made a wrong move by leaving, so I'm supposed to be leaving. When they didn't catch up with me, I got my hands on everything. I'm gonna take right here. And they keep me so bad, so bloody to jail, leaving me jail. I had to go to a lot of cases, stuff like that. We were running to the door, but nobody don't know that nobody, they don't want to hear nothing. They should ask questions first. Like right now, I'm trying to prove that I was a victim. I was never investigated. I was
All right. Thank you.
like,
At this time, okay, after he get through speaking, we're gonna put the video on where everybody can see the video who all wanna see the video. Yes, thank you. Yes, you can be the last one.
how y'all doing? My name is Calvin. Hammond, Louisiana. 1007 National Street.
Big brother, what's your name, please? State your name.
Calvin from Hammond, Louisiana.
Say it again, Cal.
Calvin Gallo from Hammond, Louisiana. 1007 National Street. All right, this pertains to the video, because that's the subject.
just like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and this is a video. So we all have our words. It's hard for us to relate to people and talk to people because our voice has been silent for so long. So this video is about to play. I don't know what words anybody needs to hear, but no matter what language or whatever you're looking for, if you don't see anything wrong with the video that he's about to play, I don't know why we're doing anything. Like I said, there's plenty of people in here that's victims of police brutality that's in the same neighborhood, you know, that we live in. So if they can't relate to their police brutality with this video, I don't know why we do it.
Yeah, we're ready.
Where did you get the rest of that? Originally?
Anyway, the teachers on the mission, you'll see everybody. Very careful. How about that?
Not Mr. Gibson, but you allowed me to run it. You read on the inside, and read on the outside, and read on one side. Lord, there's nothing you don't. You just got one for us, man. Once you get us cleared up, and cleared up. And then if you want to come up and get a record record, that way it gets to AV. You get a good copy. Probably, I won't say for sure, but once you go to court tomorrow for here, it's a better chance you want to clear up. So.
Can you look at that card?
You want to?
Put that in the pocket.
Here you will grab your phones.
And the guy did yeah, I was behind, but I was hanging. And I was talking to him, so I was control too.
As soon as, he was bring up the paperwork, Davey, or something like that?
Like, I got
Sit down. You want me to do that? No. Sit down, listen. That's it. I was gonna say, it took a little while to answer, but it sounded like you did it. Gotcha. Real quick, if somebody was arrested, somebody was arrested for misdemeanor, possession, I think paraphernalia and marijuana, would they go to arraignment tomorrow? Yeah. I mean, why would they bail somebody for misdemeanor? I mean, have you ever thought of that? I mean, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, first he decided to eat some pills, then he went through and confused. Oh, okay. Deep in the roots, probably deep.
We're gonna get up real slow. We gotta be in there. Clean up, I got it. I'm going there now. Yeah, we will try to have it. Yeah. All right. Come on, something right here. So take it back. You got your watch. All right. It's really good. No, you not move at all. You're right. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm not moving out. I'm not moving out. I'm not moving out. Okay. Okay. I got all this. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Okay. I'm free for real. I'm free. I'm free. Maybe in 1914. Legit. Yeah. And your blood? I did. Don't spit. Okay, I got one. Hold on. Take it. Hold on, man. Everybody take anything okay? Y'all good? Stop here. Yeah. But I didn't go out there. I didn't go out there. What are you doing now? You said we were going to do that. Yeah. Let's get him upstairs to the tank as quick as we can. We've got Katie going to go. We need some shackles. Katie, we'll get right down. You want to leave him here for whoever takes him? Well, I got shackles. You get shackles? Okay, we're going to search. Maybe check him upstairs, correct? I'll be waiting here. What's up, Adam? Adam, check. There's no one talking in here that. Sister Jackson, man. We got he's going to get some. You upstairs with food for him? You want to go check on him? I'll get back to that. One on the broke. What happened? Is it he got the cup slipped off. He stood up, jumped on top, grabbed a bottle of pill, pill bottle. We started fighting with the pill. Fell through, hit the screen. They were trying to take the pill and then wall underneath. Hey, what do you think maybe I gave one? Yeah, that's all this shit on that. We want to get the part. Look at her, they're on here. You know what I know? Right. That's probably true. I can't trust it unless I'm right. It's your fault. That's still, I don't know who that is. Work clean. Where that? I'm sad about it. Yeah, let's move him out of here and into that hallway so we can secure evidence. We'll move out there. Can you handle that? We'll move out here. You can walk out here. You can roll back. Hey, guys, you can move in here with the can all done? There's your camera, man.
I also need to get, I've got people in the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah. It should be 2 bottles.
Well, that's part of one. That's the bread of that bottle.
Think of the
So he's just gonna try to take all the coach and then die, or? I mean, that's the bad part, like that. 4 there.
Good thing we order. Mayor, I was here raining. I thought I was running over it. Nobody ever get no makeup this motherfucker.
He got out.
Oh, you got out? Right. That's
All right, I'm gonna.
Okay. Everything now, at this time here, that's the reason we here. We hear about the video. That's the whole purpose of us coming together to talk about the video. That's why we're here. Thank you. And once again, 3 minutes for everybody, please.
My name is Jim Wells, 41035 Louisiana, Louisiana. Born and raised in Hammond, Louisiana. Left Hammond. At the time, Hammond struggling city. Barely making ends meet, take a deal. I left Hammond. Yep. Long way from me. Came back. I thought that didn't much of money where they were going to the police chief, paying them off for different reasons.
We want to speak to the video, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
I only saw the video, and I see, I guess that's what it takes to become a police chief. Hey, I guess what is going on nowadays, police brutality, that's what makes you police chief.
Please, give us a chance.
Okay, because Sergeant over there did a video. Come to find out he's the candidate later on for police chief. Yes.
Come on down, come on. Like to sit down, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine Montessori, 208 Victoria Avenue, Hammond, Louisiana. I stood before y'all about 18, 19, almost 2 years ago
about a 30-minute snippet where all you can see is Sergeant Bergeron administering 6 blows to the face on a handcuffed man that had been falling through a desk. All of this here is because he parked on a sidewalk. He parked on a sidewalk. And that occurred, and here we are 3 years later. Our mayor was aware 3 years ago of this entire video.
Thank you, Mr. Stick to the video, please.
Okay, here's the thing. I watched 6 blows to the face. I watched police officers congregate, make a joke about their computer. I watched them drag a man's body across the floor. I watched them kick a man. I watched them sit there and fabricate some lies on the video on what was occurring. Making jokes about his teeth being knocked out, acting like he was trying to eat the pills. The man didn't come out of his cuffs until after he fell through the desk and was halfway dead. So I encourage you again, almost 2 years later, to reopen this, to investigate this, because this has to stop.
And Carter here, AOC Manchester Street, Hammond. Now, the councilman to approve the hiring. I came in and explained that if you have contact somebody, violate somebody's civil rights, and then it's to be reprimanded, was rewarded with the higher position you can get in the Department of Relief. All right. Now, second, on every job, there is such a thing as a job description. And in all of the United States, I don't remember the job description being, you can beat or punish someone once you get them handcuffed. I mean, I don't get to need to run. I don't get to feel down. So think about it. Our kids act in school every day. So if one of your kids got a turn or something, and she jumped up, the punch your teeth out, they them to they scream and holler like a wild animal, and kick them and stomp them, would that be all right? I mean, from my understanding, the job of a police officer is to protect and to serve. Now, that don't mean serve punishment upon a person. If you have a warrant out for my arrest, and you come, and I come peacefully, first of all, you should say, okay, who are you? Show me some identification. All right? Then you should ask me certain questions to confirm my identity. Instead of walking up, saying you look like the person, or somebody says that was you, and you walk up and then decide, I'm going to brutally punish you for doing something I think you did. And if I did it, from my understanding, everyone who did that guilty to no less punishment, I don't think those are the reason why I'm hiring police officers. So first of all, if you make somebody that's okay with shooting people after they've been arrested or handcuffed, I mean, where was he going? His hands was behind his back, standing in a hole in his head in a corner. What was he doing? Not to mention if you could have got his throat with it on, I mean, you got down with a cold to get out of here, what was he doing? So, what you should do is, if I go on the job, and my job description is one thing and I'm doing something else, how long do you think I'm going to keep that job? I mean, come on now, what we do is, if you're going to hire me to do a job, that's what you want me to do. If I vary in any kind of way, then those are the issues that are on the part, and they can make sure that I'm determined. But if you go and put somebody in there that has this mentality, then all his followers gonna be like, okay, if the chief can punch the chief out, I can punch.
Thank you. I was in the page 204 Barrel Street, there. Name, sir, you couldn't hear your name. Alton McCray, 204 Barrel Street. You all, I just got back to my hometown. I've been gone for 40 years. I'm appalled at what I just saw. I heard about it, and those higher echelons that put this under the shelf, made a joke of it. These are human beings that you are handling. In Arizona, I ask the chief to please handle me with dignity. That was no dignity. The man handcuffed. The law says get him off his stomach. That's why the last man died. They had him down too long on his face. This brother's begging and they're making a joke and then start lying. It's not right. I'm appalled at what I see. And if anybody that has children, I've got sons and grandsons, I don't want to see that because I won't say what I want to say. What I'm simply trying to say is time to stand up. It's time for a change. That is unacceptable. One is the mayor, the chief, and the rest of them. Everything is on protocol.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up.
Which is what? Well, my name is Todd County. 15 miles north of Code 1.
Say your name again, sir.
Todd County, C-A-O-N. I'm going to read it. First of all, I would like to thank the council for this special meeting. And second of all, I would like to thank all of you in the back and blue. Thank you for your service. I do recognize that y'all do have challenges every single day, and my hat's off to you. With that being said, I do have some questions surrounding the events of this video. These questions you can't answer them answers, you cannot understand. You can't just be think about it. Number one, was this the video shown when y'all voted / approved the mayor's recommendation for chief of police? Number two, on the news, member of the NAACP spoke and he stated that in the investigation, when it was done at that time, this video was not shown on the clip. He was told there was no video. Did y'all see this video? Were y'all aware of this at the time also that the NAACP was told there was no video? Number three, in the video that was presented for review, was the part of the clip that you did have with the shown to you where Mr. Bergeron struck with a closed fist with all his might. You just heard him running with each and every punch. Was that part shown to y'all? I don't assume, or I'm not going to assume this is my wife's life thing. I pray it's not. What I am going to say, I do think it's an American thing. No person deserves to be treated in this manner. From when Mr. Bergeron disrespected and could be taken as provoking the victim by saying, sit down, loser. To the very end of the story being told, that at times does not match the story being told of the events that happened at night to a fellow policeman, that often did not match what we saw and what we watched with our own eyes. I'm a 12-year Navy veteran that was stationed in the Marine Corps most of their years. I've been a registered nurse for 12 years, a husband for 16, and a father for 11. I have my faults. I'll be the first one to admit it. I own every single one of them. When I was working as a psych nurse, I had worked with patients that were drug users. I have been punished from a psychotic patient. I have been hidden. I have been slammed to the ground. If I or any of you on this council, or most of the people behind me, did what we see in this video, we'd be held accountable and prosecuted. We definitely would not have gotten promotion. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Flanagan. I come to you as the NAACP Louisiana State Conference President, live at 33 13 Government Street. I'm here on behalf of Michael Chalmers, who's the local branch president, and Eugene Collins, who's the Baptist branch president. If you ask me what I think about the video, I've seen words about Hammond Police. I've seen a whole lot of words by the Hammond Police. So this is only a symptom of something that's a whole lot of work. This should never be a trial of police officers. Because something happens in my house, first thing I'm gonna call the police. I want good cops to come and not low down cops. You know, I said a couple years ago that there are 1% of police officers give all police officers bad names. 1% is a quantifiable number. That means that they have 100. 10% is 10. What is 1% of 10? That's a quantifiable number. And so the biggest thing that needs to happen is police officers that see low down cops, see low down stuff, turn them in. But also, this goes to something bigger. If the police chief was elected, he's accountable to the people. Because he was appointed, he's accountable to those that appointed and signed his job. You know, I think the other people said it better. You know, this police person that's wrong, did wrong and was rewarded. We don't reward bad behavior. There should be some consequence. So when you get somebody in a position that does wrong, he hides all of those up under him that think like this. So I promise you that 1% gets multiplied by 10%. Because he wants all kind of low down people around him. Low down people attract low down people. That's just how it is. So in order to make Hammond better, in order to ensure that the people of Hammond get great police work, you got to start getting rid of them. It takes persons with some intellectual fortitude. Tough job, but you got to do tough things because Hammond is a great city. My son goes to school there. My son goes to school right down the street. The gentleman said if something was to happen to his son based upon some low down police work, don't look for it. I'm looking for whoever did. You'll find it easy. So in order to ensure that Hammond gets quality police, I'm on the Louisiana legislature created a police task force. I'm on that task force. I can promise you, the stuff that's going to come out of that task force is going to leave all this bad out. Because it's all to training, it's all to don't let these low down cops in. If they have tattoos that says I'm going to get you, who are you going to get? Let us ask you, let us but say where you at. We don't need you here, we don't need you anywhere. And if he needs you back new and he was low down, trust me, when he comes to Hammond, he's going to be low down too. Let's get rid of these low down cops so the good cops can do their job. Let's go!
President Eugene Collins, Mayor of NAACP. When this issue first came across my desk, we shot several administrators within the city of Hammond, and found that at the time, our organization had been told that the full video did not exist, and that many of you did not see the full video either.
So to me, this question is simple. The question tonight is to investigate the video that we saw where Sergeant Bergeron, who was then promoted to police chief, treated a human like a dog. That's the question that's here tonight. And I'm a little disappointed that it takes a vote. This should be investigated to the fullest extent. A police chief should not behave that way. And now that we are talking about the law, let's talk about dollars and cents. Because since this incident has been made public, our phones have to stop ringing. And if you do not get this under control, it's only a matter of time before we find a way to sue you. Do not let one bad action cost this city money. That does not make sense. But we have full confidence that y'all will take care of this. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandy Weary. I'm at 17477 East Park Avenue, apartment 34E, in Hammond, Louisiana. No, I wasn't on this meeting tonight. I really wasn't. However, I really was because I need to represent my creator. Because the first thing I do when something happens, my first line is to pray. But since we are here, my thing is, being a dead person is not going to follow me. We see the video what happened. It's all that what happened. The next thing we need to do is to decide what you're going to do about it. Fighting and hating, wearing up, it's not going to solve anything. Not going to say, it's going to add to a fight and go out. The next thing is, once you decide what you're going to do, is punish that person, do it openly. And then have somebody get a community together like the gentleman from the NAA said, that's going to bring somebody in from here that knows this community and that we know the character. I got a quote. I don't know if y'all remember David Addison, the late David Addison, the tax assessor. It's a quote from his story. The black community is exquisitely exhausted from trying to be heard. For years, they've been passed over and restored being justified life. But what about black on black crime? But what about this prior record? But we had a black president, and on and on and on. For the greater good of our community, not just because he was black and the police chief was white, because I've been stopped and some black police officers treated me hard. I wanted to sue the city of Hammond. But I didn't because it wasn't going to solve the problem. It was going to make it worse. I just went and talked to him, and that police chief is gone now because I went to him about it. And don't get me wrong, there's much discussion that has to be done, but we got to go to him about it. And that's just the way I feel I can to represent my God because he's good to me. That's it. Thank you.
First, give thanks to the Almighty, of course, and everybody who's doing the life. Just all of them full stand the streets, I don't understand the murder was the case, because it's way bigger than what we saw in the screen. A bunch of dead bodies in there, a bunch of people are dead because of these cops, because of their snitches, because of the so-called protocol. And it hurts me because this is my neighborhood where my homeboys got killed. And I got seen murdered with people. Now we got both one from Kings in 2013. Who can I trust if I can't work the cops? I got people in that murder. You know how many murders we have in Central? You know how many people are dead? You know how much I love this is about that, right? And he just out there cool. And I feel it with you, AKA, because we got a bunch of cops in here too. And and I spent with 3 Ks, KKK over here. And I don't have anything against cops, I love good cops. But when I have a crooked cop, you know, one thing is racist. And your system needs to be reformed, we need affirmative action, and not all this talk. Now, the call time, praise the name, buy the burger run, and that was a small burger run. I guess a big burger run talking that too. So like, don't please, it hurts, like you said, we cried, I cried, going on 7 years now, 2013. And that's all my dead people who won't change, who won't peace, but who can't have peace, these type of bullies.
My name is Roger Berry. I stay at 46337 Jamaica Road, Robert, Louisiana. Now, I watched the video, and I seen the police chief. And we kept going on and on about police chief. Well, we have a bigger problem, okay? Because it's been passed down. His son is on the police force. I got pulled over just for taking out garbage, and I'm on keep. Went to the police department.
Rodney, hold on one second.
What's up?
Rodney, hold on. So we keep having these outbursts. I don't need this mic.
We keep having this outburst. Y'all really don't know how serious it is. They want this to take place. They don't want nobody to talk.
Who's there?
They don't want nobody to talk.
Nobody wants you to say you over there talking trash the whole time.
Big Bob, Big Bob.
You over there smirking,
Big
making
Bob,
noise.
please get it.
I'm talking about you.
Big Bob.
It's only three words in the hand, we all understand it's not gonna happen. Y'all gotta chill out. You can't be heard, but you sit here arguing and fight. Chill out.
Big Bob, guys, appreciate it. Yeah. They is everybody. So we're not gonna have these outbursts. We're gonna all listen, and we're gonna respect everybody. I mean, we've been doing it all this time, and we're gonna continue to do it. Thank you. Please, please. Please. Thank you.
Well, back to what I was saying. We were talking about accountability. So accountability came when I went to the police department and I had to see the video. I've yet to see the video. It's happened 2 weeks ago. So I immediately called my cousin who works for the FBI. We're going to get the video. So what I'm trying to tell you, when you got one bag out in the left where it kind of falls from the tree, where it doesn't. Because his son tried to pull it on you. So we have to make everybody stand accountable for everything. If I hit a traffic accident or a traffic violation, I still report it. The ticket is paid before I even got my date. I'm a man. But what I'm trying to say is, we have to make the chief, the mayor, and everybody else who's not doing what they're supposed to do, be accountable. And that's all I have to say.
Big brother, we're not gonna get, you're not ready to talk. We got to go to other folks. Thank you, man.
How you doing? I'm Chanel Williams. I live in 120 South Oak Street. And I just want to say, the video, yes, okay. It's not about the video. It's about the uniform that we wear. Because I'm going to tell you, because I'm a black police officer that works in the city of Hammond. And I get the same treatment that you give him because I'm a black person. I'm a black man that wears a uniform here. And all I'm saying is to you, it's not about the video. Because the video don't determine what type of man that he is. And what type of man that leaves his performance. So for the rest of you, it's not about the video. It's about the
Okay, next part. Please.
Good night, everybody. My name is Margaret Radcliffe, 435 11 Willow Road. We Kendrick Radcliffe family. Kendrick do have a family. Kendrick do have people out here that love him. I didn't come here to be mad, angry, or nothing at nobody. The police officers that was involved, we pray for y'all. We not mad at y'all. What was done, it was wrong. I never beat my kids like that. But it's okay, because I know tomorrow came for Kendrick. The next year came for Kendrick. Somebody else died, but Kendrick got another baby. And I just want to say, thank y'all for everything y'all do. Good, and everything y'all did bad, but just know justice will prevail.
Good afternoon. My name is Elisa Davis, I live in 113 Mulberry Street. That video y'all saw, I posted it on my Facebook page almost 3 years ago. That same video. But it was clear. I was trying to figure out who it was out on the neighborhood. Y'all saw the video put on my Facebook page? I know the chief, been on it. There ain't a problem with it. But when I saw that video of the chief punching that guy, I lost all respect for him. That was wrong. I never had a problem with him. Never. He loved me. Real well. When everybody else know me, real well. They call me crazy, that's fine. But chief, for you to put your hands on a guy that's handcuffed is not acceptable in the city of Hammond. Police brutality, we will no longer stand for it in this city at all. You knew better. This is nothing new to me. Somebody went to our Facebook page. And guess what? Guess where he got arrested? At my daughter's house on White Street. We remember that. They were sitting in my vehicle across the street on White Street. In my vehicle. His vehicle was parked under my daughter's carport. The towers turned around. And when they turned around, they came on my daughter parked on White Street. Said, the car's under the carport. Whose vehicle is this? Kenny said, it's my vehicle. We're doing a traffic stop. My daughter come out the house. Hey, what's going on? He had one cross, he was in my vehicle, walking across the street to my daughter's house. They was going to my vehicle, against the structure, whatever, but my daughter stopped in their tracks. No matter what a person do, no one has the right, me, you, law enforcement has no right to put their hands on a man that's in handcuffs. That is totally unacceptable. If I have no respect for you, I'm not going to you, Chief. I want no respect for you, Chief. You was wrong for that. God bless you. We want to show. But one more God comes to law. I'm in that video. You thought you was on your way? That's what it was? You don't be real with your Chief.
Thank you.
God bless everybody.
1 minute. At this time, we'll let 5 more people come up, and then we're gonna go to the next question. Thank you. Oh, no, you good, you good.
Okay.
You good.
First of all, I'm ready to go to I've lived in Hammond all of my life. I live in 700 Hammond Street. I've been there almost 40 years. This video is 13 years. But if this was an isolated incident, then I would say maybe we can move on. But it's not. This is an incident we saw. All across the nation, this is happening. Now, I will not say that I don't have respect for all police officers, but we have too large a number in Hammond who does not command the respect because they don't care. It's time to have a citizens committee for hiring a police officer. It's time for us to elect a police officer, a police chief. 20 years ago, our council went to the state legislature in order to have this process changed. Anybody who wants to go and look in the records, the process is changed. That's why we're able to appoint a police officer. Put the individual on the ballot. Put them on the ballot and let the people select. And if the people are not pleased, the people can impeach. And that's with anybody. I have a good relationship with me. But that does not condone anything. I am fed up with black bodies being misused. I have a son. I have nephews. I have cousins. My little nephew has been in jail. I called for an ambulance. The lie was the ambulance came and it did because we called for him. But the ambulance never saw this kid. So what are we doing? What exactly is it that we are doing here? We've seen this all across the nation. We've seen whites and blacks march together. What is wrong with us? When will this stop? When will we all be seen as human beings? We are no longer in times of slavery when black people were not seen as human beings. It is time for it to stop. I'm talking to all you officers back there. Some of you may be innocent and many of you may not be. But you need to do some soul searching. And look at how you treat human beings. I am fed up. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that is a quote from Sister Fannie Lou Hammond, for those of you who do not know. It's time. It's time to stop the madness. Get a citizens committee to sit on the hiring of police officers. Make sure these police officers are checked. Anybody can burn out. I understand that. But if you have issues, go get treatment. Don't take it out on innocent human beings. You sound like you're I am sick and tired of it. Aren't y'all? I'm talking about what answer. I'm so sick of it. Well, let's do something about it.
All right, thank you.
I've never seen it before. So my question is, because I'm trying to reconcile, what are the charges, and was he possibly on drugs? I mean, was he injured? Was he arrested and I would just like to know that.
Say it again now. Oh, what is the charge?
I'm trying to reconcile what I saw. I really don't. The only thing I was maybe there's something we didn't see. Maybe I really want to know was the man who was arrested. I know he mentioned sometimes drugs that we cannot see.
I don't know, ma'am. I can't answer that question.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
My name is Stephen Quinn. I'm at 42 Ridgeway, South Airport Road. I grew up in this city. I want to help that lady out about what she's trying to tell with what she saw. What I saw was a man handcuffed. Besides being punched in the face, he was being tased also, and then was told to tase him again. Now, in cattle herding, you use electric torque to get cattle to do what you want them to do. But the difference is they free. They can cooperate when they get electronic parts put against their body. On top of the man being pardoned, I'm saying pardoned as an animal. He wasn't tamed because they were treating him like he was an animal. He was kicked in his groin. That's what I saw.
Hi, my name is Alicia, and I'm from Hammond, but I went to Huntsville High School. I know most of you guys have seen me before. I have a lot of friends in Huntsville, but I just want to say, first of all, if all lives matter, then why don't black? Why don't black lives matter too? Also, the police is here to protect, like everyone said, he was detained already. The police get called because there's a big fight breaks out in Hammond. It gets Hammond. It was a fight. It was brutally wrong in Hammond Police Department. Like I said, Hammond Police gets called if a fight is broken out and they handle it. A police fought a black man. So what does that tell you? He needs to kind of why can't all lives matter? All lives can't matter until black lives matter. The only thing is we don't want to listen. The first thing is acceptance. The first thing is that you have to do is own up to what you have done. That's the hardest thing you can do is say, I've done this. But the only thing is, God sees. Right is right, always. That's the only thing, not black and white. White is white, black is black, yeah. But right is right, and wrong is wrong, period.
Thank you.
Good evening, Councilman Mayor.
Dr. Officer Hammond Jr., Double Three Hammond, Louisiana. First of all, I want to thank my Councilman Wells, for putting this on, because today we need more involvement out of our government. Would y'all say that? We need more involvement with our leadership, our politicians, getting involved in our community, at every aspect. Second, I want to say that I take my hat off to our law enforcement. We do have good police officers. I want people to understand, all police officers are bad. I want somebody. Now, the United States Federal Constitution states that all men are created equal and to be treated fair and equal. Now, if I may come, I think about 18 months ago, I appealed before the council board. I applied for the position of the same chief. My application never was looked at. I never was interviewed or called in for the position as a young black man educated, as a former police officer. And I think that was bad. Now, to say this, that the mayor had handpicked Bergeron. I have no person against Bergeron. But it's wrong for the mayor to handpick who he feels to serve as the president as the mayor. Hello, somebody. In other words, if the police chief I spoke about, this should be an elected position.
Fine,
Don't worry about it.
This is the last one that we have speaking tonight. We're going to the next item, please. Making an investment, that was the last one. That was the last one. Hold on. Okay.
My name is George Shaw. I live at 2506 Geneva Drive in Hammond. I'm a resident of this community since I'm 9 years old. I've done the appointment of a mayor. My son was mayor for 7 years. This year you saw, I was one of the first ones to see it. Because I served on the board and he asked me to sign on. And we did not find all what the police did. We have a great group of officers and firemen in this community. We need to show appreciation to them. Now we need to communicate because all 5 of you were not here when that happened. I know that. Because all y'all were replaced. 5 that weren't there, y'all replaced them. And I didn't argue with them. It was a great job. Somewhere, that communication problem. Because if this is wrong, we should have found out the mayor. Because he knew about it. The administration. The administrative assistant. She knew about it. Because she said the same meeting with the mayor, and I said in, and we did this, and we watched this, and a decision was made. There was no action. There was action taken. It's not the way it's been played tonight. Now, I understand each of you because you hurt. And you hurt because you think something hasn't happened. Your application, I can assure you, you fill it out, turn it in the mayor's office, it's passed the board that I set up. With the action to say, I'm paying for that. Being us, we can respond to it. You men back there and women, congratulations on the job you're doing. Chief, proud of you. Yeah, thank you. Council, thank you for putting this on. You three, you communicate with each other. They're not.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. Next one. Making an investigation into the mayor appointment for the police chief. Making an investigation into the mayor appointment of the police chief. What we're doing, we're gonna start it off, and from what we saw in the video, that's why we would like to do an investigation. So at this time, if the public would like to speak, you're more than welcome. Yes, okay. That's just, yes, ma'am.
Councilman offered the resolution. Yeah. Why can't we hear from y'all? We want to hear what you have to say too.
Sir, excuse me, ma'am, hold up. Sir, we asking everybody not to do that, please. We asking everybody not to do that, please. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Michelle, I live in 809 Street. I just want to ask a question. Since this is an investigation all these years, and we just have to leave now, why nobody did anything about it? It went to the FBI didn't do anything. Why? The chief didn't do anything. We had two other chiefs that they got rid of, and they got a lot of money out of that. And the last chief we had, he knew what was going on in the city, doing the police officers doing. And the chief, the mayor got rid of him. Why nothing is getting done with all of this? Can the mayor answer that question? It's not the time to answer. Why are all this stuff going on and y'all not doing anything about it? It's not about a black and white. It's about doing the right thing. You know, you serve us. You serve us. You know what I mean? The time that lady want us to vote, y'all police know me, y'all call me crazy too. Because y'all have been to my house several times and handled me wrong too. Okay, y'all need to get yourself together. Because guess what? Time is short. The mess and the junk y'all doing, see God, he's coming back. And guess what? She ain't gonna fall. If it's gonna fall on you all, and we'll fall on your children.
Again, my name is Jermaine Luther, 515 Jordan Lane, and Louisiana. I'd like to read the law enforcement code that based off this reading case because of an investigation. As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied and as an example to all, and will behave in a manner that does not discredit to me or to my agents. I will maintain courageous, calm in the face of danger, scorn, and ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be consistently mindful of the welfare of others, understand thought and deed, both in my personal and official life. I will be exemplary in my obeying the law and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature or that is confided in me in any official capacity is kept a secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will not act officially or permit personal prejudice, political beliefs, aspirations, animosity, or aggression to influence my decisions. With no compromise of crime or religious persecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuity. I will recognize that the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith and accept that as public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of my police service. Without even reading anymore, we can clearly see that this oath has been violated. By not by one, but a number of all. Every officer that stood there in that room did nothing to violate this oath. So the thing is, it's not going to be one investigation by law, and the investigation is mandatory.
Why are we doing this investigation? Because this what's going on. Nobody really knows the real fact. Right before the first meeting that we had, just the package, the first meeting was, the first meeting we supposed to have before the council meeting, what day it was, on the 24th? On the 24th. We received this on Friday. Everything about the investigation is in this package. And what's so funny about it, the public can request it. So this here package here, everything took place is in here. We didn't receive this from the time we went over. When we got sworn in, we didn't have none of this. When the mayor brought the chief before us, we didn't receive this. That same little clipping everybody talk about, that's the same little clipping that we had. And I asked the chief myself, why we can't show that at the council meeting. And that was the public can see. Because I want y'all to be aware, the decision that we made, we didn't have the correct information. So we were just going based on what we heard and the type of man that he was. All the police had talked about it, how good he was. We don't know. So you all can get this here from the city anytime y'all want, and y'all can see the entire thing. So we didn't know. We don't go by the decision, what was put before us. So whether we made a good decision or a bad decision, I can't take responsibility. I spearheaded trying to get the chief in office. I did. I didn't know this here took place. I didn't have no idea. If I saw this here on any one of them, of course, it'd be something. It'd be something. So at this here time here, I'm gonna say here, see if the other council members have anything to say. Steve, would you like to say something?
There's a multitude of issues that I think we need to, we certainly need to look at and discuss. There's no magic wand that's going to just make this go away.
I'm sure if I heard that. There's a multitude of issues that everyone, and certainly we need to look at those. There's not a magic wand that's going to just make this go away tonight, but greatly appreciate everybody's input, a lot of passion, a lot of things for us to think about. But again, there's a multitude of things for us to think about, to look at, and to come to some sort of resolution that will hopefully satisfy everyone. So just be patient with us and give us time.
And the question was asked while we were doing what we were doing tonight. I received a lot of phone calls, even folks stopped by my service at church just to talk to me, which kind of took me off guard. But in actuality, just like the police, we're just taking service. I'm not here to point fingers at anyone or anything of that nature. It was said in an article that was written on Action 17 that I, along with some of my colleagues, have a personal vendetta against the police department, which is not true. My goal is to make sure that we're doing the right thing. And when the citizens come to me and ask about me and her, I can only do what I think is the right thing and allow the voice to be heard. I come from a background of law enforcement. Law enforcement has been in my family for almost 50-something years. Something that I take dearly to my heart. Because if something happens, who we need? We need law enforcement. And again, I don't have a racist bone in my body. Not one bone in my body. So I would give a shirt off of my back to anybody that I can help.
not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's the right thing. And that's all that I'm trying to do is make sure that we do the right thing. But you might not agree with me, you have that right. I might not agree with you, I have that right. I just want to see the right thing. There's a scripture in the Bible that I live by clearly. He says, don't be too quick to speak. And the reason why, once you put those words like this, you cannot take it back. So a lot of times I keep my mouth closed and I listen. I meditate and I pray. Because once I put those words like this, I cannot take them back. I am my brother's keeper. I just want to make sure that everything is done like the Bible says, decent and in order. That's all I want to see. I have nothing, and I'm on the record, personally, nothing against the chief, personally, nothing. Out of the 5 people that stood up here that served on this council, I was the only one that voted against him becoming the chief, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I voted against that is because of the simple fact the city had just paid Roddy Ball over $1 million, and we were headed down this same road again, and I thought it lied. And I didn't feel that I had enough appropriate time by being just sworn in on January the 8th to be making a decision like that this morning. That's why. So again, we're here now. My question is that we need to wait for this together, respectable people, to come up with a solution to help better our city. That's my question. Where do we go with that?
At this time, Madam President, let's see if the mayor has something to say.
Thank everyone for being here tonight. We're here because we wanted to listen, hear what everyone had to say. So, to correct a few things, there was an investigation. The chief that was in place at the time was Jim Stewart. He was an FBI retired employee that came to the city of Hammond. At that time, we were looking for someone from the outside with a clear conscience. He worked in New Orleans with the lawyer when he came in, retired from the FBI, moved over here. When this came up, he immediately looked into it. Andre Cruzane, the attorney, directed them. They went and ended up sending it to the FBI. They investigated it. They came back with nothing. It went to the Civil Service Board, and there were some issues. The chief was concerned more about a kick on the video. That was his big concern. The internal investigation, after the FBI brought it back to us, was continued on by the city of Hammond. Then it went to the Civil Service Board. Civil Service Board, Civil Service is very protective of fire police. And you have to do things methodically when you're investigating. There's a time frame, the officer has to get still lights. There's a lot of things that need to happen. And the ultimate end of everything, the kick was another officer that the chief was upset about. I wanted to give that officer 60 days, no pay suspension. Went to the civil service. They didn't deem that it was a problem. It went away. So from that point on, that particular police chief resigned. Whether people can say whatever's out there, the man resigned. Basically, I was in a meeting with him. He resigned. Next day, 9 o'clock, all this uniforms done and everything there. So the next chief comes up. We wanted a local chief. We wanted someone that knew the culture. Progressive administration. Not the good old boy administration. So we wanted to do what's right. And we wanted to be aggressive in the form of training, changing mindsets. There was times back in the day you didn't want to go up and down that elevator every day. Crazy stories you could hear about that. Those times are changing. I'm teaching right now.
if you don't mind. So, all this being said, it was investigated. It's being reinvestigated, actually, by the FBI. We met with NAACP local. We had the police chief come in and answer questions himself. Is there a learning curve from this? Absolutely. There are things that have been done since this chief has been in office for training and helping officers move to a better place. He has a list of them if you'd like to hear. Tonight is about you and about what you have to say. Can there be change? Absolutely. Can we move in a better direction? We're trying every day. Every day we can perfect and better ourselves and try to do that. Thank you all for being here. If there's any other questions, yes,
Yes, sir. No. Hold up. Here. Hold up, sir. Hold up. James, hold up, please, sir. Hold up.
Good evening. The only question that I have, well, first of all, you guys are elected, and I listened to the news, read many different reports that have come out, and it was said that you all have no authority to hire or fire. That's an administrative job, which further charge is correct. On your agenda is the booking room video and whether or not to take an investigation, to initiate an investigation. According to the charter, you have to have a unanimous vote to do that, which is 5 people. 4, 2/3, 4, thank you, Carl. So you have to have 4 votes. When you all were sworn in, and I applaud Councilman Andrews, because he said he had just been sworn in, did not have enough information to make a sound decision. When you all were sworn in and asked to choose the chief by this administration, within 3 months, you were not shown the video, you was not told whether or not an investigation was complete. The mayor just said that an investigation was done by the FBI. Did you get a clearance letter from the FBI? And that packet that you received was a clearance letter in there saying that all had been cleared. If not, it was not a complete investigation by the FBI. Read your laws. Know the rules. You do not accept what an administrator tells you without documentation. The mayor has the authority to remove. The mayor has the authority to hire. You have the authority to ask the mayor to remove. You made that decision. Everyone has spoken, and I have nothing against anyone. If I get in trouble, I call 911. I expect the police to come to protect and serve me. But that video, I have 2 sons. If that was my son, I wouldn't know what I would do. Because it's not about the black race, it's not about the white race, it's about a human race. I would not treat my dog that way. To hit a person with a closed fist and see nothing wrong by the administration and still choose a person and not allow the council to be aware of what was done is highway robbery, to put it lightly. So when you all make a decision as a council body and you take a vote, you remember that it will go down in history and be documented what your decision is. I don't know what your future holds, but we the people have a voice. And it will be documented, and it will be heard. And when it's time to go to the polls, we have the voice to remove and put someone in place.
Thank you.
So if you're not satisfied, I will close.
Thank you. Could you bring bring that mic to me, please, ma'am. At this time, let's see if, Sam have anything to say.
Yeah, I just want to say, I want to thank all the, officers, I support all good officers. I also want to thank all the public that had the courage to come up here and speak in this meeting. Just want to make it clear that, back earlier when we got in office, we just got sworn in with a big rush to our team. And I was one of the things that said, we need to slow down. It's a big decision to be made. It's the highest office, the highest ranking officer in the department. So you need to make a good decision. What's the need for a big rush? Can you hear me? I went ahead and we ended up getting a public hearing to slow things down with it just to make sure we was on the right decision. I never, I don't think any other council ever seen the video that we watched today. After seeing this video, watching this video, I find it hard to believe that all aspects of this job, the city administration thought that this applicant was the most qualified to lead our police department. He's highly recommended, and another guy came up here and said the administration knew it was all the videos beforehand. And it's disappointing to see that this was forced down our throat when we just first came in office without having all the information in front of us. So I just want to restate that. And like I said, I thank all good law officers, family, all good law officers, and there's a lot of good ones out there. So thank you all for coming and watching y'all's opinion tonight.
Thank you all for coming. I just wanted to, I get a lot of my constituents reach out to me with my email, every now and then a phone call or a text message. I don't hear a lot of complaints. I guess I love it. And these types of forums are incredibly important for me to hear. There are people here tonight who voice opinions who live in my district that have never reached out to me. So I hope that you can take away from this that you need to tell us what you want. You know, we did have a hearing previously and it was great reviews. We need to know these things. We represent you. So I hope that we can keep this going of being participants in our city government and that we can get some healing on this issue and sure more about it.
Yeah. I have received many phone calls and emails from many concerned citizens, white and black. It will be very disappointing if we don't move forward with this issue as a council. We saw the video along with the citizens for the first time. We can no longer use the excuse, I have not seen it. This has been said over and over again. We do not have the authority to fire the chief or ask him to resign. But the mayor did. The mayor did. When the mayor brought the chief before us, I voted. The mayor and the chief knew the video existed. But yet, it was not shown to us. So honestly and sound decision couldn't have been made. The lack of concern from the mayor and his administration from the beginning, when the video was first released, showed he does not care or concern about the community nor the image of the city. Not only have I received phone calls and emails from the local community, but also across our state and region. This has not set a good example for our community. At our September 8th council meeting, the mayor will be asked to remove the chief from office. Your council, who you elected, will have to vote on this matter. As a council, we don't have the power to hire or fire. The mayor has the power. He made a video from us, and he showed, yes, he made a video from us, and he should have the answer for that. Please. We have power to vote, so we can have an independent investigation until the action of the mayor and whether there are other issues in the police department. We will vote on this at the next council meeting, September the 8th. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.